Hello dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this session we will look Markovnikov rules and anti-Markovnikov rule. Like the video and subscribe the channel for more videos. To understand Markovnikov's rule, firstly you should understand electrophilic addition reaction. Actually Markovnikov, it is an electrophilic addition reaction, and anti-Markovnikov, it is a free radical reaction. So let us understand that electrophilic addition reaction is an addition reaction where a chemical compound, a pi bond, is broken into two new sigma bonds are formed, and electrophile it has been added. So for an electrophilic addition, it should have an pi bond, or it should have an triple bond. So triple bond, one will be a sigma and two remaining will be an pi. So for electrophilic addition, we require an actually a double bond or triple bond. So one of the species from this, it will act as an electrophile and one will act as a nucleophile. So whatever the species which act as a electrophile, so it will attack firstly on the carbon and it will break the pi bond. So the pi bond it will break, and a remaining molecule which is an electron deficient center, to that nucleophile it will get attached. And why it is said to be an electrophilic addition reaction? Because these two species are added, a nucleophile as well as an electrophile it is added, but at the first instant electrophile it is added, so that is why it is said to be an electrophilic addition reaction. Now we'll see Markovnikov rule. So also simultaneously we will see the reaction. The rule states that when asymmetric alkene is added to a protic acid, so asymmetric alkene, asymmetric means this double bond it is not symmetrical for an alkene. If it was unsymmetrical, it might be in the middle, but it is asymmetrical alkene. So that alkene it is not symmetrical, and when a protic acid, that is HBr, protic acid means which is liberating H plus, so that is why it is said to be an protic acid. So when protic acid it is added, the positive part, that is hydrogen, because this bromine it is electronegative, so the electrons they will flow towards bromine, and when the bond will break, the electrons will flow towards a bromine, and that is why it will form an electron deficient hydrogen. So it means that it is a positive part. It becomes attached to a carbon which has more number of hydrogens. More number of hydrogens. See here, in case of an asymmetrical alkene, always a hydrogen it is added to an carbon-carbon double bond. But which carbon-carbon double bond? The carbon which is having number of hydrogen more. If we consider this, see this carbon, all the carbons they are having valency 4. It means that here are 3 bonds. So one it is from carbon, and second one it is from again second carbon, and one it is from an pi bond. So there are 3 which are attached and one which is not seen, that is hydrogen. So here number of hydrogen it is only 1, but in case of this carbon number of hydrogens are 2. How to? See this one, it is a carbon bond, carbon-carbon bond, and one second is that is carbon-carbon double bond. So these are 2 bonds, and 2 more are required. 2 more are required means which are not seen, but the hydrogens are attached to this carbon. So hydrogen positive part which get attached to a carbon which is having more number of hydrogen, and this negative part, that is bromine, right, or halide ion, which get attached to a carbon which is having less number of hydrogen, but it attach only to a carbon which is having a carbon-carbon double bond, right? And the bromine it is having only 1 hydrogen on this carbon, get attached to this carbon, while hydrogen it is having a 2 hydrogen on this carbon, get attached to this hydrogen, and we get an alkyl halide substrate, alkyl halide product. Now we will see the mechanism, how actually it happens, and why hydrogen attach only at this carbon and why bromine attach only to this carbon. Why not opposite, as it is happening in case of an anti-Markovnikov rule. So let us see by a mechanism. See in the mechanism, I have taken hydrogen chloride. So the breaking of an hydrogen chloride bond, it will be always towards a chlorine. It means that electrons are being carried away of this sigma bond. They are being carried away by an chlorine. Actually, it is a polar molecule, and the electronegativity difference, the electronegativity of chlorine, it is higher. That is why it is carrying away an electron towards itself. And after that, breaking of a bond. So breaking of a bond, a pi bond, it has been breaking. And pi bond, whenever it breaks, so it carries an electron towards an hydrogen. Hydrogen, it is electron deficient, so that is why it is carrying away an electron towards hydrogen. So most of the students, they are confused. So what they are doing, they are circling this hydrogen and they are keeping hydrogen over here, but that is wrong. See this arrow, it is indicating that electrons are transferred towards hydrogen, right? So the pair of electron, it has been transferred towards an hydrogen. So when the pair of electron, it has been transferred towards an hydrogen by breaking of an pi bond, so now hydrogen, it get attached, or it has been abstracted by an carbon, but behind it keeps an electron deficient center, because now the electrons, they are been transferred on the hydrogen, and it was an electron deficient. So the pair of electron, it has been transferred on hydrogen, and the hydrogen, it get attached to a carbon, but here behind it gives an carbocation. So carbocation, it is been forming, and this carbocation, it is stable carbocation because it is secondary carbocation. There is one more instant, so let us understand that. See HCl, now it will break, as we have seen over here. The pi bond, it will break and it will carry an electron towards an hydrogen, and after that it will form an electron deficient center, right? So this electron deficient center, it is primary carbocation, and this primary carbocation, it is less stable, but secondary carbocations are more stable. Why this is primary? Because it is having only one attached carbon, so that is why it is primary, and remaining part, it is having two hydrogens. But here, in case of this secondary carbocation, on both the ends, it is having a carbon, and one end, it is having an hydrogen. If it was again a carbon over here, it might be a tertiary, but here it is having an hydrogen, so it means that it is a secondary carbocation. As we know the stability, that tertiary carbocations are more stable than secondary and then primary. So primary carbocations are less stable, and that is why we get a minor product, but the major product is often secondary carbocation. So in case of predict the product, so here a question, it can be like a predict the product. So the asymmetrical alkene will be given to you, and then you have to identify with the suitable reagent where what kind of product it will be forming. So always try to find out the mechanism which gives a secondary carbocation, and then we get a major product of that. Not only secondary, but whatever it is higher coming over there. So try to find out highest carbocation, whatever it is, and then we get a major product. In case of an Markovnikov rule, it does not happen that we does not get an anti-Markovnikov product. It is an anti-Markovnikov product, but this product, it is very minor. But the Markovnikov product, it is very major. So you should understand the reaction condition for this, because Markovnikov and anti-Markovnikov, they are having only difference of an peroxide. When peroxide is in, that time we can see different kind of a mechanism, like free radical mechanism, but here we can see carbocation type of mechanism or electrophilic addition reaction mechanism. So as I told you that it is an electrophilic addition reaction. Why electrophile? Because firstly this H plus ion electrophile, it get attached to a carbon and then chlorine. So that is why electrophilic addition reaction it is said to be, because firstly electrophile it is added. And here to remember is that tertiary carbocations are more stable than secondary and then primary. So this is the order of stability of an carbocation. So that is why we get a major product that of an secondary carbocation. Now let's see anti-Markovnikov rule. Some students are very smart. When during the Viva exams they are being asked what is anti-Markovnikov, so they say it is opposite to Markovnikov. But what opposite to actually and Markovnikov? So you should understand it. All the things are similar. Only here it is an peroxide, right? And due to which the product is different as compared to an Markovnikov. Now what the rule states, this sentence, it is some words are similar, like asymmetrical alkene. Asymmetrical alkene is added to a protic acid, right? Asymmetric, why? Because this double bond, it is not symmetric, that is why it is said to be an asymmetric. So 2-propene. After that, when a protic acid, so HBr, it is a protic acid because it is liberating H plus ion, so that is why it is protic acid. The acid part or a hydrogen H plus, it get attached to a carbon which has least number of hydrogen, so it get attached over here. It get attached over here, and negative part, that is halide part. So halide part, it get attached to a carbon which is having more number of hydrogen atoms. Here you can see that if I draw a structure, so let us try it. See, hydrogen over here, it is only 1 because the valency of this carbon, it is 4. All the carbons are having valency 4. 1, 2, 3. So these are the 3 bonds, and 4th, that is hydrogen, which is not visible, or it is not written actually. But this carbon, it is having 2 hydrogens, right? So there are 2 hydrogen on this carbon at the end carbon. So what statement says? The bromine, it is a negative part which get attached to a carbon which is having more number of hydrogens, and hydrogen, it get attached to a carbon which is having least number of hydrogen, which is opposite to an Markovnikov rule. And why it is due to this peroxide. So what is the rule of peroxide, that we will understand in the mechanism. And the presence of an so this HBr, it forms actually an free radical. And why it is forming a free radical? It is due to an peroxide, and that is why we get an anti-Markovnikov product. So this anti-Markovnikov product or anti-Markovnikov addition, it is free radical mechanism. As Markovnikov, it is an electrophilic addition reaction, but this anti-Markovnikov, it is an free radical mechanism. So understand it, because in MCQ there might be a question like anti-Markovnikov, it proceeds by which mechanism, whether it is electrophilic addition, whether it is nucleophilic addition, whether it is free radical mechanism, or some there might be another option. So it is free radical mechanism. So how it is, we will see now. Now let's see the mechanism. In mechanism, generation of free radical through homolytic cleavage of peroxide. So it is very important. Attack of generated free radical on a hydrogen halide to form a halide radical through homolysis. Attack of generated halide radical on alkene molecule to form alkyl radical through homolysis. So we will see one by one. In the first step, generation of free radical through homolytic cleavage. So homolytic cleavage means electrons are being transferred equally on both the spaces. So that is why we get this RO, that is free radical, peroxide radical. We get an peroxide radical, and it is homolytic. It shares only one electron with itself, and that is why in case of a free radical, there is no plus or minus charge. It is shown by a dot. So dot means that it is carrying an electron with itself. So we get 2 equivalent spaces of an peroxide. After that, this peroxide spaces of free radical, it will cleave this HBr equally. As we have seen that HBr, in case of an Markovnikov rule, it is cleaved heterolytically, and it is due to an polarity. But the effect of peroxide free radical, this peroxide free radical makes or breaks that HBr into 2 steps, HBr into equal radicals. So we get an bromide radical, right? and this H it get attached to this RO, and we get ROH, and now this Br we get this in initiation stage, this Br free radical. And once this Br free radical it has been formed, so it attacks again on a pi bond between of an asymmetrical alkene, and it gives again a free radical. So this all it is happening due to an peroxide. So because peroxide it is a free, it is forming a free radical, so it initiate all the molecules in the reaction to form a free radical. So there is no heterolytic cleavage in this. So here you can see this arrows are also in the half, right? So they are not arrows in the full. So the half arrows they are indicating that it is forming a free radical. Again the free radical, again the electrons they are been distributed equally, and once the electrons are been distributed equally, now this it will form a bond with the CH2. Now as per this rule that bromine it get attached to this CH2, right, end CH2 which is having a number of hydrogen atom more, and hydrogen it get attached to an carbon which is having a number of hydrogen atom less. But why it is happening? Why this bromine it is only attaching to this CH2? Why not this CH? So I will come to that. Now remaining part, that is HBr. Again this HBr act it is again homolytically cleaved, and due to homolytic cleavage the hydrogen, one of the electron of an hydrogen and one electron from a carbon. So we cannot say it is an electron deficient carbon or rich carbon. So it is an free radical. So one electron from an hydrogen, now it get so the electron between carbon and hydrogen they are being shared, and it forms a sigma bond, and again the bromine free radical which has been formed, it can be terminated at the end. But why it is happening? So there are some reasons why this hydrogen get attached at specific position. To understand that, we should understand the free radical generated have the stability, or the stability of free radical is that tertiary free radicals are more stable than secondary and then primary. See here in case of this CH2, when bromine it get attached to this CH2, now it forms a secondary type of an free radical. So this is an secondary free radical. Why? Because it is having a CH3 at one end, and another end again CH2 it is having, and here it is having only an hydrogen. So that is why it is an free radical. So it is an secondary type of an free radical. So secondary free radical it is more stable. If the case was happening that this Br it is attaching at this carbon which is having least number of hydrogen, so this free radical whatever it might be forming, it might be forming an primary free radical, but stability of primary free radical it is less. So secondary free radical which is being formed, it is stability of it is higher than secondary. So that is why Br get attached only to this CH2. If it get attached to this CH, it will form a primary free radical which has the lesser stability, but secondary free radical has a greater stability than primary. And that is why this is the most important or crucial step, that this Br it get attached to this CH2. And why this all things are happening? These things are happening due to this peroxide. If there was no interference of peroxide, this reaction might have gone through an Markovnikov rule. But due to peroxide, it is forming a free radical which gets attached to an CH2 and which forms a secondary type of an free radical, and it is having a greater stability. And this anti-Markovnikov it proceeds via free radical mechanism. So from mechanism you might have understood that by which mechanism it undergoes. Now what are the possible MCQs and Viva questions? So like explain Markovnikov rule. So where that hydrogen goes and where that halogen part goes, whether it goes to negative or whether it goes to positive. So I have explained it. After that, anti-Markovnikov rule. Again, anti-Markovnikov it is opposite to an Markovnikov, but like in MCQ the question might be whether like starting from a symmetric alkene or asymmetric alkene. So always remember it is asymmetric alkene in both the cases, but only the difference is that where the hydrogen attach and where the halide ion attach. That is the only the difference. So understand that statement very correctly, because in MCQ such type of statements will be given which will be little bit confusing. And this Markovnikov it always proceeds by electrophilic addition reaction. So the MCQs multiples, like there might be whether it is by substituted nucleophilic, or whether it is electrophilic addition, whether it is nucleophilic addition, or whether it is an elimination. So there might be anything. So right answer is that it is electrophilic addition. Like in case of an Markovnikov, anti-Markovnikov rule, it is free radical addition reaction. So free radical, it has been added. Explain the stability of carbocation. So it is very famous question from in each and every topic you are having this carbocation. So stability of tertiary carbocations are always greater than secondary, always then greater than primary. And explain the stability. Again, the stability of free radical, it is also same. Carbocations and free radicals have the same stability. So remember it. Both are having the same stability in the order. What is peroxide effect? As we have seen in case of an anti-Markovnikov rule. So the predict the product, it might be a question for you people, that something it has been given asymmetric alkene, it has been given, and then you have to predict the product of that. So whether C, very important, it is having peroxide or not. If peroxide is that, then it will follow a path of an anti-Markovnikov, and if peroxide is not there, then it will follow a path of an Markovnikov. And all the time we should have an protic type of an acid, not any other acid. We should have an protic type of an acid. So thank you. If you are having any questions or any doubts, you can comment me in the comment box. So I will try to answer it.